We have a question here. We have been asked to divide y squared minus 1 all over y squared minus 2y by this expression y squared minus 2y plus 1 all over y minus 2. And here is the solution. First, let us put down the expression y squared minus 1 over y squared minus 2y divided by y squared minus 2y plus 1 all over y minus 2. Now when you look at this numerator, we have difference of two squares. To make it more obvious, let us rewrite it this way. We have y squared minus 1 square, because 1 square is the same thing as 1 all over. Then we are going to factorize the denominator. What is common to both sides? Y is common to both sides. So we factor out y, then put y here and open up bracket. Y squared divided by y will give us y minus 2y divided by y. We are left with what? 2. We close bracket. Divide by. Now the numerator here is a quadratic expression. So we are going to factorize this quadratic expression, at the end of which we now put the factors in place of this word expression. So let us quickly do the factorization of this quadratic expression. We have y squared minus 2y plus 1. The first thing to do, let us put this y squared at this corner and this 1 at this word corner. Now we are going to multiply y squared by 1, and that gives us what? Y squared. And then we have this negative 2y. Negative 2y. We are now going to look for two terms or two numbers that will multiply to give us y squared, and we add those same two numbers, we get negative 2y. So these numbers are negative y multiplying negative y will give us positive y squared, and then negative y plus negative y gives us negative 2y. So the numbers are negative y and negative y. So in place of this negative 2y, we are going to arrange the two factors in that place. So we have negative y, then another negative y plus this one. So when you have gotten this, we are now going to group them in twos. So we'll come here and say y squared minus y in one group minus, when you have negative sign outside the bracket, the sign that should come inside the bracket changes. So we have y, this positive changes to negative 1, close the bracket. We can now factorize the terms inside each of the bracket. Here y is common, so we put y outside. Y squared divided by y, we have y. Y divided by y, we have 1. Close the bracket. Then put our sign. 1 is common here, so we put 1 outside. Y divided by 1 is y, minus y divided by 1 is 1. At this point, you notice that both brackets have the same terms. So we're going to take one of the brackets, which is y minus 1, and then put the two terms outside bracket inside one bracket, y minus 1. So these are now the factors of this quadratic expression. We will now put these factors now in place of this word expression, so that we have y minus 1 all over y minus 2. Now coming this way, we are going to factorize this difference of two squares, and to do that, you have that the first term minus the other term in one bracket, then multiply by the first term plus the other term in one bracket, so that when you factorize this is what we get. Y minus 1 in one bracket multiply y plus 1 all over y in bracket y minus 2. Now according to the law of division of fraction, because this is fraction, this sign will change to what? Multiplication. And when that happens, this denominator goes up and the numerator comes down, so that we have y minus 2 all over y minus 1 bracket y minus 1. At this point, it becomes so simple, we can cancel out. Looking at this, we have that y minus 1 strikes y minus 1, y minus 2 strikes this y minus 2. So we have left at the numerator y plus 1. Here y multiply y minus 1 is y in bracket y minus 1, and this becomes our final answer. Nevertheless, if you don't want to end your answer at this stage, you could open up the bracket at the denominator and expand it. And if you do that, what do you think would be the answer? Put it in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching.